I never killed anybody that didn't deserve it.
5 long years he wore this watch. This watch. In one place he knew he could hide something. This watch was your birthright. I could have used a little more cowbell. 5 long years he wore this watch. Up his ass. I gotta have more cowbell. This watch. 5 long years he wore this watch. Up his ass. His ass. Your son. Your son, the cowboy. Your son that snatched my narcotics. Your son that whore hightailed it out of there. Your son. That ain't any kind of fun. No, no. I just say whatever I want.
Those guys are dead.
I just say whatever I want. I want monkeys. And people seem to enjoy it. Monkeys. I free associate. I make up the skits and bits right there.
Intuitive improvisation.
I just say whatever I want.
Intuitive improvisation. It's the secret of genius.
I just say whatever I want. And people seem to enjoy it.
You tell them what I say.
Whoa!
This watch was your birthright.
No, no.
This watch, up his ass.
I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years.
I want you to know what it's like to live that way.
5 long years he wore this watch. This watch.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
This watch.
You're clear with me. You understand?
His ass. From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. I want in. It's my turn. One time. He died of dysentery. Ad-libs, improv. I free associate. I make up the skits and bits right there.
You're clear with me. You understand?
I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years.
But you can't run, ain't you?
Oh, little man.
Never come back again.
I give the watch to you.
Stop again.
No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. I want in.
Never come back again. Rest and eat. Never come back again.
It's my turn. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Monkeys. Up his ass. Except, once my pants are on, I make gold record. Monkeys. Up his ass. His ass. His watch. I want monkeys. His watch. The Antichrist. Monkeys. His watch was your birthright. I want monkeys. You'd be damned. Monkeys.
Hail to the king, baby.
His ass. I could have used a little more cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I just say whatever I want. The Antichrist. I just say whatever I want. And people seem to enjoy it.
Big Jim Slade.
You can always take comfort in the fact you never had a choice. Your son, okay, but he is.
Clamp on down.
Your son, okay, but he is. Tell the angels in heaven you've never seen evil so singularly personified as you did in the face of the man who killed you.
You don't know what death is.
Your son,
Intuitive improvisation. It's the secret of genius.
your son.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
No, no. I could have used a little more cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
You may be public enemy number one.
I got him.
hits and bits right there. Ad libs, improv.
Fucks you all up, fucks you all up.
This ain't a goddamn field trip. This is a fucking war! It's Miller time.
That he is.
All right. How we doing tonight, folks? How'd you like that intro track with Christopher Walken? How cool was that? Shout out to Jamie Blanks who put that together for me. So, how cool was that? I think I saw Jamie in the chat a little while ago, so thanks for that, Jamie. That's really cool. And anything Walken. I mean, anything Walken is just a classic, right? So how's everybody doing on this Sunday night? Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. That was fire. Thank you. It was pretty fiery, that's for sure. There's Jamie in the chat. Walking, talking. He held this uncomfortable piece of metal in the one place he knew no one would find it. Up his ass. But let's see. Who's with me tonight here so far? We've got Eric, Kevin Dudley, Michael Martinez, Deborah Priestley, Smudge, Enrique Reyes, Sasha, Wade Lindenman, Big T, Saturn Video, The Bearded Sloth Man, Rick Roll, Jimmy L, Total Meltdown. There's Dave in the chat. Future Dead Camper, how are you? She's digging the walking mix as well. RJ Skarinki, Blair Hathaway, Rick Hunter, Mike B, Joe Reese, Jonathan Cook, Devin X, Entertainment Wizard, Oliver Drums and Farts 22. I love that name. Hope everybody's having a good night. Hey, Sean Sr., what's up? The Joker, hello. Frag Dude, homie. So, yeah. Before we dive into the topics tonight, I have got a major announcement. The mysterious second member, and it's the first member of the PWO, the one who's pulling all the strings behind the scenes. That individual will be revealed later tonight. Okay, that's going to be a huge reveal. A lot of you are going to be absolutely shocked. But the true puppet master behind the PWO will be revealed tonight. Just not right now, but very soon tonight. That will happen. So stay tuned. It will be absolutely shocking. First off, I would like to do a review of a new, at least it's new to me, a new Dr. McGillicuddy's flavor. This is cherry Dr. McGillicuddy's. Now, if you guys are familiar with my streams, I do love The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor has never done me wrong. I have to give a shout out to Dave, who's in the chat, who has been kind enough to send me a number of Dr. McGillicuddy's care packages over the years, which I appreciate. I actually went to Dr. McGillicuddy's website and I searched is Dr. McGillicuddy sold anywhere near me. Shockingly enough, literally in the next town over, there's a liquor store that sells Dr. McGillicuddy's. So I went hoping to find the cherry, and there it was. They also had apple pie, which I passed on the apple pie. I just don't think apple pie alcohol just doesn't sound good to
What is
me.
it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Debbie Loomis, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. If you want to see Piz shirtless, you're not alone. It is a sight, let me tell you. It is a sight. It is a sight. But I'm just going to go ahead. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and try some Dr. McGillicuddy's cherry. Oh yeah. Oh, that smells good. That smells really good. It's nice and ice cold too. It's been in the freezer for a couple of hours. So it is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Here it is. Look at that the beautiful red color there. Look how beautiful that is. Nice. Here we go. Oh my God, that is good. Oh my God, that is good. We're going in for another one. That is good. Cheers to everybody out there tonight who's tuned in. Thank y'all for hanging out with me on this Sunday night. Oh, that's good. That is good. It tastes almost like a cherry slush puppy, or like the juice of a cherry slush puppy. Only it is what's the alcohol content on this one? 15% alcohol by volume. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. There's Andrew in the chat. Andrew, how you doing tonight, man? There's Mid-Level Media. How are you tonight? Ben Grimm, how are you? Plans for Halloween this year. Nothing really set in stone just yet. I mean, Jeremy and I have got some live commentaries planned for this Halloween season. Just the usual kind of, month-long horror celebration. I'm sure I'll do like a Halloween stream, like either the night before or maybe the night of, I don't know, to hang out and celebrate Samhain, All Hallows Eve. Better than the root beer flavor? I think so. I think I like the cherry a little bit better than the root beer, but again, the cherry is new to me, so it's got that, we're still in the honeymoon phase with the cherry. But right now, the cherry is my second favorite flavor. The menthol mint or whatever it is, what's it called? I think I threw that empty bottle away. That is my favorite, though. That is some really, really good stuff. Really freaking good stuff. Hey, Michael Piatowski, how are you? So why don't we go ahead and let's talk about the news that broke not that long ago. The possibility of there being a new Friday the 13th film seems to be pretty imminent at this point. The producer, his name escapes me at the moment, but he also produced Prey. has basically said that before the end of the year, there's going to be an announcement that a Friday the 13th related announcement that everyone will be very excited about. And I posted about it on social media, saying that, well, I posted it on social media asking, like, you know, if Friday the 13th is going to be resurrected, where's it going to be resurrected to? And my bet was a streaming platform. I think I said Netflix. And a lot of people were like, no. They were just very anti-streaming service for the next Friday the 13th, if it happens. And I actually think a new Friday the 13th movie going to a streaming service is not bad. Actually, I think it would be a benefit to the movie, to be perfectly honest. Maybe if they do like a day and date thing, but if the new Friday the 13th goes to Netflix or to Hulu or to whatever streaming platform there is, I mean, look at Prey. Look how successful Prey has been, and that's a Hulu release. It set records on Hulu. It's been hyped to the freaking moon and back. And that's a Hulu movie. Look at the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. That was a Netflix movie. That one, again, that was the most watched movie on Netflix. Considering everything that's on Netflix, that was the most watched movie on Netflix for, I don't remember what the time period was, how long it was or whatnot, but the 5th Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie was the number one movie on Netflix for a period of time. That's huge. And that's another one that had a lot of hype around it when it came out. So I don't think going to a streaming platform is a bad thing, because I think also they don't have to worry about a rating. I think creatively, as long as they stick within the parameters of a budget, nobody's going to be looking over their shoulder as far as the content is concerned and that sort of thing. So for me, the next Friday the 13th, if it happens, going to a streaming platform, I think is perfect. I think it's perfect. And you don't have to spend all that money marketing the film and getting it out there to theaters and yada, yada, yada. So I think it would be a positive, to be perfectly honest. The only thing that worries me about this new Friday the 13th, if it happens, and honestly, I was talking to somebody the other day about this new Friday the 13th, and they summed it up perfectly. They said, when it comes to Friday the 13th, I'll believe it when I'm actually watching it. And that's true. That's true. I'll believe it when I'm actually watching it, because there's just too many, I don't know. Everybody got really excited when this was announced on social media, but again, it's kind of like you just have to believe it when you're actually sitting down in your living room and watching it. Okay? But see, the thing that worries me about this next Friday the 13th isn't where it's going to go, where it's going to premiere, whatever, but who's making it, who's writing it, who's directing it, and what is the story. Because we don't need another origin story. We don't need another Pamela story. We need just Jason. And there's, you know, and look at Prey and look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Both of those were incredibly straightforward, simple plots. I mean, the plot for Prey is A to B to C. That's it. It's the simplest plot imaginable, but it works. It works. That's what we need for Friday the 13th. What they can do, what they should do with this Friday the 13th, the opening moments of the film Crystal Lake, present day, POV. You're walking through the woods. You hear heavy footsteps, stomping the brush and whatnot underfoot. Maybe there's some odd breathing or whatnot. And then sort of on the periphery, you hear voices. We move and we hide behind a tree. We watch as these two young people enter the frame, and they're talking. And they're talking about, oh, this is it. This is the place. This is Camp Blood. And like, no, this can't be the place. Yeah, oh, this is the place. This is the place. This is where it all happened. This is where, you know, there was a woman who was a cook at the camp, and, you know, she had her son there. You know, take the whole he's deformed or he's got special needs or whatever. You can take that out of it or leave it in, whatever. You know, the counselors weren't paying attention. He fell in the lake. He couldn't swim. He drowned. She went nuts, started killing all of the camp counselors. One of them killed her. The legend is that Jason was watching from the woods. He grew up, you know, a wild man in the woods. Anybody who comes into his territory, they disappear, blah, blah, blah. That's it. That's all the backstory you need within the first 15 minutes of the movie, maybe even the first 10 minutes of the movie. Say that the two characters, it's a boyfriend and girlfriend. They go to the old camp. They find like an old cabin. Of course, they go in the cabin. They start doing their thing. They're in the middle of some hot and heavy lovemaking when all of a sudden a spear goes straight through them, through the bed or through the cot or whatever, down to the floor. We get that nostalgia pop from the part two, you know, through the bed killing, and then boom, Friday the 13th. You've got the setup, you've got the backstory, you've got a nostalgia pop, you've got two kills right out of the way within the first 10-15 minutes of the movie, and then you just hit the ground running with people in the woods. Jason's there, murder ensues. That's all you need. Have good characters, have a good story, have some suspense, some good kills. That's all you need to do. And I think we'd eat it up. We'd eat it up. Is that what they're going to do, though? I doubt it. For some reason, we have to go back to this backstory area, this backstory stuff, and, you know, we've got to tell the backstory of Jason, and that involves Pamela, and how much time are you going to spend on that, and is that going to be the whole movie? And that's not going to satisfy anybody. You know what I mean? Just hit the ground running. You know, as much as some people dislike the remake from 2009, and I'm kind of wishy-washy about it too, if you released that today, oh my God, people would lose their freaking minds. People would say, this is the best Friday the 13th sequel ever. It would be more hyped up than Prey. It'd be 1,000 times more hyped than Prey. Keep it simple. Keep it streamlined. A to B to C. That's all you need. That's all you need. So what concerns me about this new Friday the 13th, if it happens, and I still think that's a big if, isn't where it's going to go. Because I'm almost positive it's going to go to a streaming service. It's all about what's the content of the movie, what's the story there. That's really going to matter. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do we want more backstory? Do we need another Pamela story? Do we need to be reminded who Jason is and where he came from and what happened to him and all that? Or do we just want to see adult Jason with the hockey mask on doing his thing? I mean, really, come on. What do you guys think? I still see a lot of people in the chat like, no, it's got to be a theatrical. It's got to be theatrical. It's 2022. Everybody is subscribed to multiple streaming services, but not everybody goes to the theater anymore. So there's that accessibility. And you got to factor in the fact that they're, you know, how much money they've got to spend not only on the movie but on marketing it and getting it out there to theaters and stuff, when all they got to do for a streaming service is, there you go. Jason at camp killing counselors. That's it. That's the formula. I don't know why we have to mess with that formula. I've long wanted to direct a Friday movie since I was a teen in the 80s. I'd set it at Crystal Lake in the 80s and bring back all the good stuff, genre tropes, insane kills, and mayhem. There you go. There you go. And honestly, I don't think you even need to set it back in the 80s. I mean, you can do it present day, because when you're out in the middle of the woods, there's no cell phone service. Your cell phone's your cell phone's nothing out there. You could throw it at Jason. You could turn the light on and try and, blind Jason. But I mean, that's it. Hey, Caniac, how are you? Yeah, I mean, there you go. There you go. Let's have Peter Bracke write the movie, and we'll have Jamie Blanks direct it. There you go. Jill likes the idea. We already know the story. I'm so over retelling on every single movie. Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows the story of Jason. And even if you don't know the story of Jason, like I said, you can fill people in the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie. Doesn't need to be a whole movie. Sackhead Jason for half the movie. Well, I mean, they could do that. They kind of did that with the remake, where you had Sackhead Jason, and then you saw how he got the hockey mask and stuff. I mean, we don't need that. We just, the hockey mask. This thing here is more synonymous with Jason than with the sport of hockey.
Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Thank you, the Red Lens, for the $5 super chat. Keep up the good work. Fan and Horror here with you, brother. Thank you, the Red Lines. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. But yeah, this mask is more associated with Jason than it is with the sport of hockey. So just, I think all you need to do is, I mean, there you go. There you go. I just hope it's made by people who love the franchise, know why the good movies worked, and deliver a scary, fun, insane movie that is relentless and massively entertaining. Amen.
Mother, this
Amen.
cloth smells of death.
Thank you, Debbie, for the additional $1.99 super chat. I'd prefer a sequel to 5 with a resurrected Roy. Wow. And see, what you can do with the streaming services, you can have these non-canon what-if Friday the 13th movies. You can have your Jason X Part 2. You can have your another imposter Jason movie. And it's okay, because you don't have to spend a ton of money on it. You don't have to spend a ton of money marketing it. It's accessible to everybody, because everybody's subscribed to at least one or two streaming services. That's the way you can do that. You can have those what-if, scenarios. The camp has been played out too much. Well, I mean, you can say that some kind of wealthy developer has come into the area and they want to level Camp Crystal Lake and put condos there. So you've got the employees of this wealthy developer who are getting killed by Jason in the woods, because it's his home. He's not going to let anybody come in and put little, McMansions all over his camp. So there you go. There's that story. You've got adults, Jason versus adults, You could even open it up and have Jason running around in the town of Crystal Lake, going after the mayor, the crooked mayor who's approved this whole thing, and then going after the crooked, awful land developer who's behind all of it. And, you almost make Jason maybe kind of a little anti-hero-y, I don't know. There's a lot of stories you can tell. A lot of stories you can tell. Yeah, film it at the, take it back to Camp Novi Bosco in Jersey. There you go. I mean, the camp looks pretty much exactly the same as it did back in 1980, to be perfectly honest. So they wouldn't have to dress it up very much. That Nick Antosca script was, I read it. I did a video talking about it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either, to be honest. So I mean, I think we really dodged a bullet back in the day with that one. I mean, thank you Rings, because I think we really dodged a bullet there back then. Roy resurrected by Reggie the Reckless. Keep it simple. Don't make it something it's not. Very simple. Jason is not a complex character. There you go. See, that's exactly what I'm saying, Brandon. That's exactly what I'm saying. If it's on a streaming service, they don't have to worry about a rating. They don't have to worry about, they can be as gory as they want. Maybe Jason shows up after an imposter and starts killing campers and the imposter. That sounds like Halloween Ends. Spoiler alert. Cheers. Oh my God.
Yes, darling, what is it?
Make Corey Feldman
Mother,
the mayor of Crystal Lake. I like that. I like that idea. Thank you, Debbie Loomis, for the $1.99 super chat. I want a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 remake with Piz as Jesse. I'd kill it. I'd kill that character. Doing that dance on the bed. I'd love it. I'd love it. No, I'm not confusing the Nick Antosca script with the Aaron Guzikowski one. The Aaron Guzikowski one is the one that they were going to make that was all about Pamela. The Nick Antosca one was more of a straight-up slasher, but I don't know. I don't remember it being that great, to be honest. It would have been the better option, but yeah. But yes, Corey Feldman is the mayor of Crystal Lake. I like that. I like that idea. Okay, Jamie, cool. Yeah, cool. Would a found footage film work for a Friday the 13th? We actually almost got a found footage Friday the 13th movie back in the day. I believe it was, who's the guy that directed the Blair Witch? He also did The Guest. His idea was for a found footage Friday the 13th where Jason attacked, in a found footage Friday the 13th from Jason's perspective, because as Jason was attacking someone, they had like a camera, I guess what's one of those little cameras called? Jeez, my memory's shot. Anyway, they jab the camera in Jason's bad eye. And Jason walks around for the movie with that camera in his eye. You know, we're seeing everything from his point of view. Was it Adam Wingard? I think it was. I might be wrong. That doesn't sound right, but that might be right. I don't remember. But that was going to be a Friday the 13th. A GoPro. Thank you, Ben. Yes. That was one of the ideas that was kicked around back in the day for a found footage Friday the 13th movie. So, yeah, and Never Hike Alone did the found footage thing really well. Yeah. So, but I don't know. Again, when it comes to Friday the 13th, I'm not going to believe it until I'm watching it. And even then, even if it's on a streaming service, maybe I'll get like 10 minutes into it and then they have to pull it because there's been more paperwork filed or something. I don't know, but I'm not going to believe it until I'm literally watching the movie. But I don't know. There's hope. I think there's hope depending on who's making it and what the story is going to be. Because if they come out and say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna reboot it. It's gonna be another origin story." Oh Jesus! Like why? Isn't there no, that's the Halloween novelization where they kind of get into Michael's head. There is I think it's in the novelization for part 6 where there's some moments of you sort of see Jason's you're kind of in Jason's head and you're I think it's the part 6 novelization. It's been a while since I read it, but I think that's the one where it kind of takes you inside Jason's head a little bit. And the part 3 novelization, it's so, oh man, I wish the scene where Jason attacks, what's her name in the past, and she's telling the story about Jason attacking her in the woods. In the novelization, I really hoped that they'd go more in depth on that, and sort of tell the full story of what happened, or maybe tell a little bit of it from Jason's perspective. They don't. It's literally like half a page. So that was a big disappointment. That was a big disappointment. I'm seeing a lot of love for Death Spa on the internet lately. Are we in the middle of a death spa resurgence here? See a lot of people talking about Death Spa. It's funny. The best novel idea I never wrote and probably never will is I, Jason, the first person narrative of Jason Voorhees and his hellish fate killed over and over again at Camp Crystal Lake. That was a Stephen King idea. I'm shocked they didn't throw Stephen King a ton of money and say, write that so we can make that into a movie. Stephen King's Friday the 13th. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out whenever that announcement is made, probably toward the end of this year. What they're going to do with it, if they're going to do anything with it. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of exciting, but at the same time, I'll believe it when I'm actually watching it. So, I mentioned the announcement of the puppet master behind the PWO, and I'm going to get to that very soon. But first, I have a message from the PWO.
The following announcement has been paid for by the PWO.
Do you think you've got what it takes?
Did that glitch up, or was that just on my end? I couldn't tell. But there was some other news that came out recently. I don't know if this was just clickbait from one of the big horror sites on a slow day or not, but there was a news story about somebody did an interview with John Carpenter, and Carpenter said, or he implied, I'm not sure, that he may direct again. Is that the gist of the story? I maybe should have read the whole thing, but I kind of figured it was clickbait. But I mean, why I bring it up is because, I mean, wouldn't it be cool to have at least one more John Carpenter film out there? And if we do get one more John Carpenter film, you know, are we talking about, what kind of movie is it going to be? Horror, action, sci-fi, fantasy, comedy? I don't know. What do y'all think? Oh crap, my chat completely lagged up. Holy crap. Here we go. All right, sorry about that. Let's see, what did I miss here? It froze on my end. Damn it. Damn you, OBS. Damn you, OBS. Born to be Rad, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It glitched up. Damn it. The chainmail is exquisite, Andrew. Yes, I'm glad you. Yeah. There's Retro Cac. What's up, Retro Cac? How you doing, buddy? Awesome glitch. I read he's working on a new movie to direct. It glitched, but it added to the effect of the promo. Cool. I'm hoping he does a follow-up to The Thing. Really? Okay. The only thing about that is, you know, if they did another Thing movie, even if he directed it, it'd probably be all CGI, right? Even if John said that, John likes to talk. Oh. All right. All right, I'm going to run the promo again. We'll see if hopefully it doesn't glitch this time, but here we go.
The following announcement has been paid for by the PWO.
Do you think you've got what it takes?
See that peak? On a peak!
Cause Big Papa Pizzowell's got one thing to say.
You think you've got what it takes to join the PWO? Get your own shirt today. Follow the link in the description.
Okay, so all right, so it worked that time. All right, cool, very cool. Big Trouble in Little China. Okay. John Carpenter direct Friday the 13th, Part 13. I don't think he'd do that. I don't know if the money's right. Maybe. Ooh, how cool would that be? Like John Carpenter returns and we see the return of Rob Bottin. Oh, now that would be cool. Wow. John Carpenter comes out of retirement and Rob Bottin returns. Holy crap. That would be cool. Greg, you just ordered your Taco Man shirt. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Oh, Riverman. That's a really good idea. Carpenter should do They Live 2. Set in present day. That would be interesting. I like that. That's a good idea. Instead of sunglasses, though, what could it be? Like, I don't know. Like the new hero guy. He puts on a pair of Beats headphones and like he can hear the signal coming in, what were the reproduce, silence, that kind of thing. And that leads him to the signal so he can destroy the signal and save us all. Or maybe it's like a very specific pair of sunglasses, like it's got, no, it can't be the Wayfarers again. It's got to be like some really fancy, like Ray-Bans or something. I don't know. There's Rizami. Hi, Rizami. Thank you, Ewan. I think that could really work. Like a They Live movie set today. Wow, that'd be cool. What if Kurt Russell is the hero in that one? I like that idea, Brandon. I like that idea. What do I prefer, burritos or tacos? Personally, I prefer burritos. I'm a burrito kind of guy. When Jeremy and I went to Grindhouse Video last week, we stopped at Qdoba. I'm sure most of you know what Qdoba is. If you don't, it's like a Chipotle or a Moe's or something like that, where you can get like, these giant burritos made exactly how you want them. And Jeremy loves that place. He'll get like this giant burrito and with meat, rice, lettuce, the corn salsa, the Chipotle, cheese, like just absolutely stuffed with stuff, beans, and he'll annihilate that thing. It'll be gone in 10 minutes and there won't be a speck of anything left. I don't know where he puts it all. He's so funny though. After he eats, when he's full, he'll sit back and just like hold his stomach like he's afraid it's going to expand. Like he'll hold it like, like he feels it getting bigger and he's just but yeah, he loves his big burritos from that place. But when we go to Taco Bell, it's always tacos. Always tacos. Man, that cherry McGillicuddy's is good. Well, I mean, maybe Carpenter's taking a break. maybe he's, feeling it again, and he wants to, there's a project that he's really excited about, and that he's really, he's passionate about, and he can bring that, he can bring it again. You never count the man out. Even at his, I have no idea how old he is, but I mean, he seems to be, he's out there on tour with his band, with his son playing music, and he's doing these different appearances, and he looks pretty good in the photos I've seen of him. So I mean, he's got one more movie in him. He's got one more movie in him. I was talking about Dario Argento recently, and how I was so glad that his Dracula movie is not going to be his final film. For someone with such an incredible body of work, for that Dracula movie to be his finale is just sad. So I'm so glad that, dark glasses, black glasses, whatever you want to call it, is maybe his final film. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's got one or two more in him. I don't know. But it's also a really good film. So, and for Carpenter, for the Ward to be his swan song, and I don't think The Ward is necessarily a bad movie. It's just not it doesn't look or feel like a John Carpenter movie. So, I'd love another movie of his in that, that big wide angle, with his music over it, and a really badass, lead hero, and he can do it. He's 74. That's nothing. 74. 74. Come on. That's nothing. Nothing. He's got one more in him. I know. And I hope he does it. I hope he makes it. I do like the idea of a They Live set today. I really like that idea. I think he could do a lot with that one, really. Somebody there, Fangoria, had posted a thing on Twitter the other day asking, what are your top 3 John Carpenter movies? And I mean, that was tough. That was tough, because I like pretty much all, I like most of his movies. Most of his movies are just stone cold classics. So, I mean, narrowing it down to just 3 wasn't easy.
Mother, this closet smells of death.
Hey, Debbie, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Very kind of you. For the chat, would you be okay if a new character wears the Michael Myers outfit and mask from here on out? Oh, you mean like the evil is passed on to another character? Is that what you mean? But thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. No, I think, well, I don't know. I didn't think Carpenter would be a part of these new Halloween movies, but, they paid him some big money, and I'm sure he's getting even bigger money on the back end off of these new Halloween movies. So, yeah. I would love for Carpenter to return to the Escape from New York world with Kurt Russell. Pretend LA doesn't exist. I think they could do it, really. Kurt Russell's still, he appears to be in pretty good shape for his age. So, I think you could do it, you could do it where, people are trying to seek out Snake Plissken. He's a legend at this point, it's kind of like an old, I don't know, like an old Western. He's an aging gunslinger who's living, on the prairie, and they're trying to seek him out because they need his help to do something, and he's all surly. He's like, that's not who I am anymore. Just leave me be, you know. But then, of course, he comes out of, he changes his mind, and he helps them, and he has one more, you know, glorious, you know, adventure in him. And, you know, there you go. Maybe at the end of it, he dies, you know, saving somebody, or, you know, whatever. You know, some really awesome end for Snake Plissken. I think that could be a cool story. I did watch Crimes of the Future. I don't know. It didn't really do anything for me, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting too much. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting too much. I thought it was okay. And I'm a big David Cronenberg fan, so I mean, I don't know. See, here's the thing, and I did a review. I'm editing a review that's going to be out tomorrow for a movie that got a lot of hype earlier this year that, in my opinion, wasn't, the quality of the film wasn't equal to the hype. And I don't know, there's something weird going on social media. It's been going on for a while, but it seems like lately the hype machine that social media creates for certain movies is ridiculous, and it seems to color people's opinions of movies, even if the movie doesn't live up to the hype, even if the movie's not very good. It's I don't know, there's something, I don't know, it's weird. I've noticed this trend lately of certain movies getting so overly hyped online. Kurt Loder is too old for Snake Plissken. Well, I mean, that's the whole point. If you do it the way that the story I pitched, he's supposed to be old. He's supposed to be a little ragged, and you know, but he's still got it. He's still got a little, you know, he's still got. He's lost a step or two, but you know, he's still Snake. You know what I mean? He's still Snake. Like, you could have the whole scene of him, like, where he's shaving off this big long beard, and you know, he's cutting his hair a little bit, and then he you know, he pulls out of like a crate, you know, the jacket, and he puts the jacket on, and he lights up a cigarette, and he's like, one last ride, yeah, or something. I don't know. I've not seen Nope yet. At this point, I'm waiting for VOD for Nope. That, you know, that's probably the answer, Smudge. Honestly, it's because we're starved for good genre cinema nowadays. I mean, I think that's part of the answer. I'm practically right there with you, future dead camper. Yeah. I'm practically right there with you. Or, I mean, what about that? Are you all familiar with
Mama? Yes, darling. What is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Thank you, Dalton, for the $5 super chat. Mount Rushmore of horror directors: mine, John West, Cronenberg, and George. Ooh, my Rushmore is, ooh, gosh. Damn. I only have 4, right? I mean, Hitchcock would have to be on there, right? I mean, you got to put Alfred Hitchcock on there. I mean, of course, Carpenter's going to be on there. George Romero's got to be on there. that only leaves you one spot, man, and that's a tough one because, I mean, I love Tobe Hooper. I love Wes Craven. You know, I think Corman should have a place on that Mount Rushmore. I think William Castle should have a place on that Mount Rushmore. Jeez. Man, just 4. That's really, wow. That's not easy, man. That's not easy.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Thank you, Classic Cinema Fan, for the €5 super chat. Hey, Pizza, do you have any thoughts on the Shawshank Redemption? Are you a big fan of that movie? Yeah, I love the Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, great freaking movie. I occasionally, what was the movie? I there was a review I quoted the Shawshank Redemption in. I don't remember what review that was, but I was like, you know, I had hope for this movie, but like Morgan Freeman's character said in Shawshank Redemption, hope is a dangerous thing. I forget what his character's name was, but yeah, that's a great movie. And thank you for that super chat, Classic Cinema Fan. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've heard of Fist of the North Star. Yep, I've heard of Fist of the North Star. Yeah, see, I was thinking of Dario too, JK. I was thinking of Dario Argento too. Oh crap, I lost my place in the chat. Western vibe would be perfect. Yeah, for another escape from, what could they call it? Escape from, how about Escape from Earth? They've got Earth is dying. That's why it's a Western setting. Earth is dying. Earth is dead. It's dead. The most valuable commodity on this, you know, the most valuable commodity in this scenario is air, oxygen, because the trees are all dying, so are all dead. So, you know, you got to breathe, right? Air, oxygen is the new currency or something. I don't know. But you escape from Earth. I like that. Good title. Thank you. Yes. Let's see. Dave. Happy birthday, man. Hope you're having a good one. It's my birthday. I'm having a shot with you. Let's have a shot right now, man. Happy birthday. Hope you've had a good one. Everybody, let's wish Dave a happy birthday in the chat. Cheers. You love Lucio Fulci's directing style. Yeah. I do too. He's got a very distinct, or he had, unfortunately, a very distinct, style, flair. You know what I mean? You know, his movies, the first thing I ever saw of a Lucio Fulci film was a scene from Zombie where is a beautiful shot of, you know, you've got the ocean, you've got the beach, you've got like a crab crawling across the sand, and then it pans over to a zombie, just walking down the street, like just kind of at a distance, but not too far away. And then it moves in closer to the zombie. And it was just such a beautiful wide angle, really well composed shot. I was just like, wow, this is like this, whoever directed this cares. And I just heard all kinds of hype about Zombie, and I rented Zombie for the first time, and I was just blown away. Blown away. Phantom of the Mall, cool little slasher. Yeah, that's a fun one. Can I be one of the valets for the PW? Of course. We need valets. We need a Miss Elizabeth for the PWO. Yes, Joe, you can order online from Grindhouse Video. Yes, indeed you can. I prefer Romero's zombie movies to Fulci's. I mean, really, Fulci only did... I mean, Zombie's the only straightforward zombie flick that Fulci did. The Beyond and City of the Living Dead have, zombies in them or zombie-like creatures in them, but I wouldn't necessarily call them zombies or say that they're zombie movies. So... And speaking of the PW, I think it's time. I think it's time that we reveal the true mastermind behind the PWO, the person who's been pulling all the strings, the puppet master behind the PWO. The mystery man is about to be revealed right now. I just hope the video doesn't glitch. Fingers crossed. But here we go.
The following announcement has been paid for by the PWO.
Pirate Jimmy, brother.
That's right. Hollywood Jeremy. The real mastermind behind the PWO. I'm sure there were a lot of gasps just then, but it's true. It's true. He's the real mastermind behind it all. So... I know, a shocking heel turn from Jeremy. A shocking heel turn. I know. Wow. Man.
Mama? Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Thank you, Classic Cinema Fan, for the €20 super chat. Thanks, Piz. Shawshank is my favorite movie. I'm late to the stream, but did you watch Heat on 4K yet? It's a masterpiece on any format, but I feel the 4K will be a special experience with the aesthetics and sound design of the film. Speaking of Heat in 4K, we've got an unboxing to do. So, but thank you for that, Classic Cinema Fan. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Yeah. We have got an unboxing to do of some physical media. Long live physical media. All right, here we go. And by the way, Eric, I see what you're posting in the chat, you little mark. You watch your P's and Q's around here, son, boy. All right, so here we go. Some physical media. It's all Heat related. One of my all-time favorite movies. Of course, I had to buy Heat 2, the novel by Michael Mann and Meg Gardner. Of course, the sequel to Heat in novel form, which I actually heard that this is going to be a movie too. So odd that, you know, there's a Heat 2, but I mean, Heat is a great movie that seems to have only sort of grown in popularity over the years. So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, very nice. One day after the end of Heat, Chris Shaherless, Val Kilmer, is holed up in Koreatown, wounded, half delirious, and desperately trying to escape L.A. Hunting him is LAPD detective Vincent Hanna, Al Pacino. Hours earlier, Hanna killed Shaherless's brother-in-arms, Neil McCauley, Robert De Niro, in a gunfight under the strobe lights at the foot of an LAX runway. Now Hanna's determined to capture or kill Shaherless, the last survivor of McCauley's crew, before he ghosts out of the city. Yeah, nice. Looking forward to checking that out. And of course, I had to get the 4K. It's sliding right out of the slipcase. But yeah, love Heat. It's one of my favorites non-horror movies. So yeah, great movie. Great movie. I did hear that there's some weird during the heist of the armed car at the beginning of the film. It looks weird, like they laid in some like it almost looks like it's darker. It's like they laid in some, I don't know, some digital mist or something. I don't know. That's what I heard. I've not seen it yet, so I don't know. But other than that, I've heard it's a beautiful 4K. So, yeah. And there's a digital code. Anybody want the digital code? Oh, so this is a 3-disc. Cool. Can't wait for Crow Taco Man to show up and save us. You got The Witch on 4K today, James? It's a good one. What is Hollywood Jeremy's finisher? The taco smash? No, it's the taco leg drop. That's his finisher. The taco leg drop. So, you've got a relative that was a cameraman on Heat. Really, Jeff? That's pretty freaking cool. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would certainly appreciate that.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Thank you, Classic Cinema Fan, for the €5 super chat. One more super chat for the great unboxing. Love Heat, one of my absolute favorites. Phenomenal masterpiece. Movie in every single aspect. Take care, man. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. I agree. Great movie. Great movie. Favorite horror TV show? I always liked Tales from the Dark Side. I loved the opening for Tales from the Dark Side too. The Hitcher, I liked The Hitcher a lot too. Or no, it's called The Hitchhiker. That one had a great intro on it as well. Oh, The Hitchhiker was good. That was back when the USA Network was cool. Because you had The Hitchhiker, you had USA Up All Night, you know. Ah, God. Yeah, Predator is available in 4K.
Mama? Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Sasha, thank you for the €5 super chat. Or is that £5? Or was I calling the pounds euro? I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sasha, I know it's been a while since your last gameplay stream, but maybe 2023 again when the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game comes out. Will come out. PWO for life. Thank you, Sasha. I appreciate that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of. I don't know. I've not even had the PlayStation hooked up in a long time. I don't know if it'll even still work.
Mother, this closet smells of death.
And is the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game going to be? Is it only going to be for PlayStation 5, or is it going to be compatible with PS4? Because I heard it was only going to be compatible with PS5. Debbie, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I heard Gary Busey got kicked out of Monster Mania this weekend. How often do celebs get kicked out of conventions they are invited to? Very, very rarely. I've got to do some research on this one. Gary Busey. Really? Let's see. I don't see anything about it online. Was it on? Did you see it on Facebook or something? I could kind of see Gary Busey getting kicked out of a convention. I've heard that he can be pretty. I've heard he can be pretty wild. So I've never heard of anybody being kicked out of a celebrity being kicked out of a convention that I don't remember ever hearing a celebrity getting kicked out of a convention. I'm sure it's happened, but I can totally believe that it would happen to Gary Busey. What's up, Slasher Home Video? How are you, man? Now, I know Slasher Home Video is PWO. There's no doubt about that. This was on the Facebook groups. So the Texas Chainsaw is also going to be on PS4 because I'd heard originally it was only going to be on PS5. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on Steam. Am I a Star Wars fan? Up to a point, yeah. I've not really I've not liked any of the... Well, I thought Rogue One was okay. I thought the Solo movie was actually okay, too. I mean, it wasn't good. It wasn't great, but it was okay. I mean, it should have been much better for a Solo origin story, but... I mean, nobody wanted a Solo or Han Solo origin story anyway. But yeah, not a fan of the new Star Wars stuff. The original trilogy, yeah, but really not much beyond that, to be honest. He kept harassing and assaulting women, they say. All these women kept reporting similar stories. Well, see, I think he can be very affectionate with fans. At least that's what I've seen and heard, that he can be very affectionate. Maybe overly affectionate with fans. So, yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. So, all right, get out of here, Eric. You're not going to be missed. As a matter of fact, Eric, let me help you here. Let me help you, Eric. Where you at here, Eric? Let me help you. Where you at? Where you at, Eric? Oh, there you are, Eric. Oh, guess what? Guess what, Eric? We'll see you later, pal. You freaking mark. That's what happens to marks in my chat. I really like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it?
House of a Thousand Corpses is my favorite Rob Zombie film.
It smells of death.
Dalton, thank you for the $2 super chat. Crazier, Gary Busey or Nick Nolte? My money's on Busey. My money's on Busey. But thank you, Dalton. Appreciate that. Let's just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna invariably piss some people off here, but we've got to do this because it's just it has to be done. It has to be done. Well, there we go. We have to do a definitive Predator movie ranking, okay? Because there's just... I've seen some outlandish claims being made on social media in regards to the Predator ranking, the where each Predator movie should fall as far as how they're ranked. So I have created the definitive Predator movie ranking list. Since there's been some recent confusion pertaining to the hierarchy of the Predator series, I took it upon myself to create the one and only Predator movie ranking that matters. Okay? So let's just go into it. At number 1, which is the highest tier, of course, the best Predator movie is Predator. There's no debating that. There's no questioning that. That is a fact. Okay? If you don't agree with that, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, with the exception of this case. Okay? With the exception of this case. There is no better Predator movie than Predator. Okay? There's also no better Predator sequel than Predator 2. There's just not. I'm sorry. There's just not. If you disagree with that, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong. I also, here's something that's really concerned me about social media recently too. I can't tell you how many people trying to tear down Predator 2 so that they can raise Prey up to be like the second best Predator sequel, which is ridiculous. They want to tear Predator 2 down to say that Prey is better. Ridiculous. I don't listen. I love Predator 2. I love Predator 2. Predator 2 is freaking awesome. It's got an incredible cast. I love that Predator is in the city. In the heat of the city, in the middle of a drug war. I mean, that is awesome. Great action, great gore. Just what is not to love about Predator 2? Great movie. And when I hear people say that they like Predator 2 more, I'm like, I totally understand. I get it. That's perfectly okay to like Predator more than the original Predator. It's not a better movie, but when it comes to being just, the fun factor, I'll meet you halfway. Cool. I'm cool with that. But the second best Predator, the best Predator sequel is Predator 2. Come on. Let's not even go there. Let's not even freaking go there. The second, okay, so where are we now? Okay. At number 3, the third best Predator movie. Well, here we go. Let's just do this. The worst Predator movie is The Predator. We all know that. That's a given. The worst Predator movie is The Predator. I'm sorry. There's some great things about The Predator. The Keegan-Michael Key character and the Thomas Jane character, those two are freaking hilarious. They're the best things about that movie. They are the best things about that movie. Their dialogue, their interactions, it's freaking hilarious. Everything else about The Predator is junk. And it really hurts me to say that because of who made the film. I mean, Shane Black co-wrote and directed the film, and Fred Decker co-wrote the film. How could they go wrong? And I know that there was some studio interference. I know that like the whole third act of the film was like restructured and reshot, and I'm sure that that impacted the film very negatively. But the first 2 acts of the film aren't that great either. So yeah, I don't know. That's a big miss, man. A big miss. I don't know. That's a big miss. No, I don't have the, no. The Alien versus Predator movies are their own thing. Okay. Those are their own thing. We don't need to, let's just leave those alone. Those are their own thing. Okay. You block out these freaking porn bots. So yeah, the Alien versus Predator movies are their own things. Let's just not even really, let's not even speak of them. Now here's where we get to some controversy. Prey is the most hyped movie of this year so far. In my opinion, it's the most overrated movie of this year so far. It's probably the most overrated movie I've seen in a long time, to be honest. And I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think, like somebody mentioned earlier in the stream, we're so starved for good genre content that, we overhype things. And I think we were so starved for even a decent Predator movie at this point that Prey has become this just, insanely overhyped and overrated movie. Now, again, that doesn't mean that I didn't like it. I did like it, but it's just okay. It's middle of the road. So I'm going to put it at number 3. Prey is number 3 out of 5. And that ain't bad. People are like offended when you say, well, Prey is, it's not as good as the first 2. People get offended. But when when the only 2 movies above you are Predator and Predator 2, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see. What do we, I don't get the hate for Predator 2 either. The Predator 2018, really, there is no redeeming qualities other than Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane, really. So, I agree, Smudge. Prey is good, but that's it. That's it. It's not a masterpiece. It's not an amazing, great, masterful work, which people on social media are making it out to be. It's good. It's okay. It's middle of the road. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, Predators, here's the thing. I don't want to put Predators in 4th place because I think Predators is better than that. I'm going to put Predators right alongside Prey because I don't think Predators is a bad movie either, but it's not a great movie. It's very middle of the road. So I'm just going to lump those 2 together. Okay. I've played some of the Alien vs. Predator video games. I really liked the Alien vs. Predator game that was on Super Nintendo back in the day. I really liked that game. But I've played the PC game back in the day. I played the Alien vs. Predator game that came out like 2000. Maybe 8 or 9, somewhere in that neighborhood. I played that one. That's it, isn't it? There's not been any more. Hey, Antonis, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Oh, Nick, you know. Nick, you know. That is where Prey should be. Prey should be right where it is. Come on. That is where Prey should be. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy every Predator movie too, really, with the exception of The Predator. And again, it hurts me to say that because of who made it. Let me move this out of the way real quick so we can see. Number 1, the definitive Predator movie ranking is as follows. At number 1, Predator. At number 2, Predator 2. At number 3, tied for number 3, I'll say Prey and Predators. And at the very bottom of the list is The Predator. And again, when it comes to the Alien versus Predator movies, they're their own things. Let's leave them be. And, let's pretend they didn't happen. Even though I kind of have a soft spot for both of them, but they're not good. They're not good.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Thank you, Dalton, for the $2 super chat. Better franchise, Predator or Alien? You got to go with Alien, to be honest. I mean, Alien has got just better movies. Because, I mean, really, there's only 5 Predator movies. And of those 5, really only 2 of them I would consider to be great. With Alien, I mean, you've got Alien, Aliens. I love Alien 3 personally. I know a lot of people hate Alien 3. I think Alien 3 is awesome. I liked Prometheus a lot. So, I mean, there's 4 movies in the Alien series that I think are great movies. That's double the amount of Predator movies. Now, I prefer Predator. I think Predator is a more interesting character, villain, whatever, than the Xenomorph. But it's, I don't know. It just seems like it's very difficult to make good movies in either, with either character, to be honest. There was
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
James, thank you for the $5 super chats. Favorite horror movie so far this year? My favorite horror movie so far this year is, let me go to my Letterboxd. And let me go to my Letterboxd here. My favorite horror movie of the year is well, these are my favorite horror movies of the year. So, well, not all of them are horror. Just my favorite movies of the year so far. Gosh, I don't know which would be my favorite. It's a tough one. I think The Northman may be my favorite movie of the year so far. It's not a horror movie, but I just really loved that movie. The Cursed, I think, is awesome. That one got slept on. Moloch is a new movie that's on Shudder. That one is really good. That's some really good folk horror. So I don't know what my favorite horror movie would be this year. I'm just going to say The Cursed. I really like The Cursed a lot. That's my favorite horror movie of the year. And Nick, you said what do I think went wrong with the Predator? They had I mentioned it earlier in the stream. They had I know the third act underwent a lot of reshoots. That pretty much, I think the whole movie just underwent a lot of reshoots, but the third act was pretty much entirely reshot and restructured, and I think that's a big part of the reason why the movie is what it is.
Mother, this closet smells of death.
Taco Bela Lugosi, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Hey Piz, what was the news of Friday the 13th? Had to work, just got home. A24 all the way. Well, the news is that actually it's one of the producers of Prey had mentioned in an interview that there was going to be some news on a new Friday the 13th film breaking before the end of the year. So that's what that news was, and I talked about it earlier in the stream, kind of where I think it's gonna go, and what I hope the story will be, and all that sort of thing. I won't repeat any of that, but I think it's going to go to a streaming service, and I think that's the best place for it, honestly. And I just hope that it's not another freaking origin story or a Pamela Voorhees story. We don't need that. We don't need that. Predator versus Archie comics. That's a thing? That's a thing? I know there were Predator versus Batman comics, but I had no idea. What about the Black Phone? My review of the Black Phone will be out soon. Let's see. My review of the movie and the Blu-ray will be out very soon. As will my review of Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell. Now that's a title. You finally caught up on Fresh, Moloch, and Hatching. Yes, they're on my list of favorite movies of this year. Fresh was great. Moloch is great. The Hatching is great. Yeah, I highly recommend all three. Highly recommend all three. I've not bought any more bad Michael Myers masks. I may before the end. I've actually got 3 good Michael Myers masks that I'll be unboxing very soon. So I'm actually excited about good Michael Myers masks. I've had my fill of the bad ones, at least for a short time. So I'm happy to have some good ones on the way that I'll be unboxing soon. I'm tempted to show you all the movies that I have selected for the next Dollar Tree Horror Movie Challenge. But I've done a whole video talking about those already. I've just not uploaded it yet. So I'll do that video soon, I promise. I've got some doozies here for part 2 of the Dollar Tree Horror Movie Challenge. And thank God that there is a liquor store near me that has Dr. McGillicuddy's, because I'm going to need it to get through some of these. I'm pretty sure I know the 3 that will be voted on. So I'm preparing myself mentally and emotionally to experience those movies. But Predators is good. I enjoy the characters such as the Yakuza, who commands the best scene in the film, and the actress playing the sniper was compelling. I'm glad she got her own TV series called Queen of the South. Yeah. Apparently the Black Phone is not getting a 4K. If it is, it's going to be released at a later date, which it's odd. I'm not sure why they're only releasing it on Blu-ray at this point, but I don't know. I don't know. Have I ever done a book review? No. I've talked about different books on, not necessarily on my YouTube channel, but like on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and stuff. Like I talked about the Canon Film Guide Volume 2, which I highly recommend. I talked about the Peter Atkins script for Hellraiser Bloodline, the original script that he wrote, which has been published, stuff like that. So, and I may talk about Heat 2 at some point also. You rent a drive-in theater. What double feature would you play for a one-night audience? Ooh, that's a good one. Good one. I'd want to play a... I'd want to get my hands on an original prints of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Pieces, and play both of those. That'd be one hell of a double feature, I think. It's got to be the original, the original negatives. I want the original negatives of both for that double feature, for sure. That's right, a chainsaw night. Heck yeah. That would be fun. That'd be fun. Let's do... let's rank the Alien movies while we're at it. What do you say? Let's do a tier list of the Alien movies. Let me bring the chat over here. Let me just cover my face. You guys don't need to see me. Let's put it right there. There we go. The Alien movies tier list. Of course, at S tier, Alien, of course. It's got to be there. Number 1. Awesome film. I'm putting Aliens in S tier too. Alien 3, I love Alien 3. I'm putting it in A tier. I know some people hate the film. I don't care. I love it. Prometheus, I'm going to put in... or wait, I'm sorry. Resurrection. Alien Resurrection, I'm putting in C tier. Just not a fan of that movie. Prometheus, I'm going to drop in... I'm going to put that in A tier too. I like Prometheus a lot. That's another one. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I like it. Covenant, I'm throwing Covenant in C tier too. I was just not a fan of Covenant. Not a fan of Covenant at all. So there you go. What do you think? Alien Resurrections. Oh. Not a fan of Alien Resurrection. The assembly cut of Alien 3 is what I'm talking about. That's my cut of Alien 3. So yeah, I don't have a soft spot for Resurrection. I just don't think it's very good. And I like Michael Wincott, who's in it. I like Ron Perlman. It's got a good cast. It's just, I don't know. Brad Dourif, of course, is in there too. So good cast. Just, Alicia Silverstone's dad from Clueless. So, yeah, Covenant is not good. Covenant is not good. Not good. Oops. Hey, Pizowell, you seem like the right person to ask. What are some horror movies that you can only find behind the scenes if you get it on Blu-ray or 4K, etc.? You can only find like behind the scenes features and stuff for? Well, I think most of them really, because I mean, some of them end up on YouTube and stuff, but I mean, for the most part, look at the listing of the release. It'll tell you everything that's in there. And if you want the extras, buy the release, because sometimes they end up online and sometimes they don't. So, hey, Gabriella, how are you? By the way, let me check something here. So I got a notification from Shout Factory on the 11th. Yeah, on the 11th, which was last Thursday, that my Child's Play 4K bundle, a shipping notification, but they've not shipped it yet. It's still saying shipping label created, USPS awaiting item. And it's coming to me from Louisville. I could have driven to Louisville and got it. Far faster, far quicker than them shipping it to me, because they created the label. No, I'm sorry, they created the label on the 10th. They've just not taken it to the post office yet. I mean, come on. If it's only in Louisville, I mean, I would have just driven up and gotten it that day. Jeez. Really digging the shirt. Well, thank you, Gabriella. You can find them in my TeePublic store, and I think they're still on sale. Let me double check. I think TeePublic still has a 35% off site-wide sale. Yes, they do. Everything is 35% off. If you want to get your own PWO shirt or your own Taco Man shirt or other cool horror shirts, there's the link in the chat. We've got 99 likes on the stream. Who can make it 100? Somebody. Anybody. We need that, just one like to get to 100. Just one. I noticed that, Dalton. Yes, some people have got, I mean, they got theirs a long time ago. Mine is sitting there in Louisville, which is not that far from me. So, all right, thank you, Horror Nerd 13. That might have done it. There we go. We're at 108 likes now. Thank you all for 108 likes on YouTube. Thank you. So is there anything on your all's minds you want to talk about tonight? USPS does suck sometimes. That's true. USPS does suck sometimes. I think what we need here is some more Hollywood Jeremy.
The following announcement has been paid for by the PWO.
Pirate Jimmy, brother.
Hollywood Jeremy, brother. Man, that's a heel turn. That's a shocker. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. Oh, goodness gracious. Child's Play tier list. Holy crap. Let's see. Let's find us a Child's Play tier list here. Why not? All right, here we go. Who's going to be the third member? I don't know. It could be, Sting Jeremy. I don't know. Or maybe Razor Jeremy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. It's going to be shocking. Whoever it is, it's going to be a shocker. All right, I'm going to let me take the chat down here momentarily. All right, here we go. The Child's Play / Chucky movie tier list. Of course, I mean, in Friends to the End, the first film. It's classic, awesome movie. I mean, what else can you say about the original Child's Play? It's just that perfect combination of it's dark, but it's also kind of it's humorous, but it's dark. I love the setting. I love the atmosphere. Great movie. And Child's Play 2 has got to be one of the best horror sequels ever. I'm putting Child's Play 2 and Friends to the End. Also, that's the one I'm really looking forward to seeing. Child's Play 2 in 4K. Jeremy wants to do a Child's Play 2 commentary during the Halloween season, which we'll do at some point, leading up to All Hallows Eve. But yeah, Child's Play 2 is just one of the best horror sequels, period. Child's Play 3. Now, this is a controversial one. Most people don't like Child's Play 3. Jeremy and I, on the other hand, according to Jeremy, it's his favorite Child's Play. It's not my favorite Child's Play, but I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. So I'm going to put it in Hide the Soul. Still good. Not as good as 1 and 2, but still good. Bride of Chucky. That one I'm kind of wishy-washy about. I don't know. It's not... I'm going to put it in Hide the Soul too. It's it feels very dated, I think. But it's a fun movie. Seed of Chucky I've only seen once. But thanks to old Curly Jaws, I'm going to be revisiting it very soon. I don't remember anything about Seed of Chucky other than the scene where Chucky's masturbating, which is just ridiculous. So I'm going to put it in the dumb as hell section. Let's see, what's next? Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky, I was really surprised by. I liked Curse of Chucky a lot. So I'm going to put Curse of Chucky in the good guy slot. Cult of Chucky, battery's not included. I was not a fan of Cult of Chucky. Not a fan of Cult of Chucky at all. The Child's Play remake I thought was okay. I've never wanted to go back and revisit it, though. I probably never will go back and revisit it. At this point, I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember thinking that it was okay, so I'm going to put it in I'm going to put it in batteries not included. And I've not seen enough of the series to be able to rank it. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of the series, so I can't rank it. What do y'all think? Child's Play 3 is fine. Way too much hate for no reason. I agree. Seed of Chucky doesn't care if you like it. Well, let me put it this way. If you're a big fan of Seed of Chucky, I think you're going to love the next season of the Child's Play series. Because from my understanding, that's pretty much what season 2 is going to be. So, if you're a big Seed of Chucky fan, you're going to love it. If you're not, if you're the other 98% of humanity, you're probably not. So there you go. Hey, Jessica, how are you? But yeah, there's my rankings. 1 and 2, Friends to the End, Curse of Chucky's a good guy, Child's Play 3, and Bride of Chucky, Hide the Soul. Batteries not included for Curse of Chucky and the Child's Play remake, and Dumb as Hell for Seed. I think it's time for another shot of the doctor. I'm doing well, Jessica. Hanging out, talking movies, drinking some Dr. McGillicuddy's cherry, and just having a good time. Hope you all are having a good time too. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Sunday night. Cheers. Child's Play is your second favorite horror franchise behind Friday. Okay. Cool. And it says I got a new channel member at the beginning of the stream, but it's not showing up for me here. So let me see who was that. Let me give him a shout out here. JC23. I'm going to say JC23. Thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. If you're still watching, thank you very much. And thank you all for 120 likes on the stream. Very kind of y'all. Midnight Cherry C4. Sounds good. Hey, Horror Bengals fan. My weekend was pretty good. Thank you. I didn't pick up anything at Grindhouse. Jeremy got 3 or 4 back issues of Horror Hound magazine. What else did he get? I think that might be all he got were magazines. But we were in there for like well over an hour. Well over an hour. It reminded me of when Jeremy and I used to go to the video store back in the day, and he'd look at every single video on the shelf. So it was fun. Yes, that's the same one, Carter. Yep, they moved up to Knoxville. Grindhouse is its retail price. So, I mean, it's, you know, I definitely wouldn't say it's cheap, but they've got it all. They've got it all. VHS, laser discs, they've got Region B releases, they've got Region C releases, they've got figures, they've got shirts, they've got everything. A little bit of everything. Actually, Deborah, I'm going to be doing a new original one-sheet video very soon. I've picked up some new original one-sheets within the past couple of months that I'm going to do a new video showing all those off. Got some really cool original one-sheets. So... You're going to go visit you're going to leave the U.S. in August to go visit your home country, Antonis. Okay. Very cool. Hey, Bismo, how's it going? It's funny you bring up the Scream series on MTV, Brandon. I actually just watched the first 2 seasons very recently. And I liked it. I liked the Scream series on MTV more than I thought I would, to be honest. It's so funny because at the end of season 2, they leave you on like a cliffhanger. So I started season 3, and I was like, "What the hell's this? There's all new characters, a different location. Like what happened?" So the geniuses behind the Scream series on MTV decided, let's do 2 seasons focusing on one group of characters.
Mama. Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Bismo, thank you for the $1 super chat. Appreciate that. So they said, let's do 2 seasons of this show focused on one group of characters. Then we'll end season 2 on a cliffhanger. And then season 3, we'll just do an entirely different cast of people, different location, whole different thing. And guess what? After the 3rd season, the show got canceled. So that was a really smart move on their part. That was a really smart move on their part. But I did like the first 2 seasons. There's Big Crack Rock. What's up, man? I was thinking about buying The Fog on 4K again, but it's the same studio can now transfer. It looks like Shot just added an Atmos track. Oh, really? Didn't know that. I've got that Studio Canal release, but I don't know. I've always heard there's some sort of issue with it. When I watched it, I didn't notice any issues, but I don't know. Actually, I didn't like that special Halloween episode. I'm not sure why they even... I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like that episode, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't even watch... I watched episode 1 of season 3 for about 15 minutes and was like, what were they thinking? Because I knew there were only 3 seasons, but like, why jump from one group of characters to another and leave everything on a cliffhanger? And like, that was ridiculous. They should do a proper season 3 for the Scream series. They really should. The show is coming back? Really? But it'll have a different cast from all 3 seasons? Oh, God. I don't know. I didn't get that. I don't know. That was bad decision. I actually liked the mask. When I first saw the mask, when the show was first airing, I thought that I didn't like the mask. I thought it looked dumb. But the more I saw it on the show, the more I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I was tempted to go online and see about, if those, I know those are available to buy, but like kind of see like, what are the prices on those? What were they called? Brandon James masks. Let's do that real quick. Let's look up Brandon James masks. They're not too bad. Here's one on Etsy for $100. It looks it doesn't look that great. I'm sure there are good ones though. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of Brandon James masks on Etsy. I'm sure. Oh wow, cool. Wow. That's a cool mask for only $60. The Grabber mask. The Grabber mask was cool. Yeah, it must have got canceled for low ratings. I think that 3rd season probably pissed a lot of people off because they got used to the cast from the first 2 seasons. And again, they left season 2 kind of on this cliffhanger of, who's really pulling the strings and blah blah blah, and then they just moved on to an entirely different story, entirely different characters. So, yeah. Oh, Joe, you've got a Brandon James mask? That's cool. Yeah, that's right, Joe. Oz used to make those Brandon James masks. I don't know if he still makes those or not. Favorite company that does figures or statues? I don't know. They all have their different, strengths and weaknesses. NECA is good. Mezco is good. Then you get into like the 3.0 stuff, which is more higher end, which is more, expensive. So I don't know if I have a favorite particularly. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. Dr. McGillicuddy Wild Grape. Ooh, yeah, I'd love to try that. Yeah. I'd love to try Wild Grape. Oh, Netflix didn't want a season 3 because of what was going on with the Weinsteins at the time. Good night, James. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. We've been going for 2 hours and 16 minutes. Wow. Time has flown by. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night there, folks. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me tonight and shooting the bull during, this Sunday night stream. I hope you all are liking the Sunday night streams and trying to keep a schedule here and, do a weekly live stream at a certain time on a certain day and just have fun with it, So, but I do appreciate all the support you guys have shown during the last 2 streams as far as, the number of people who've come out and hung out and the likes on the streams and super chats and whatnot. I really appreciate that. So cheers to all of you out there. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. It's been fun. That is some good stuff. Maybe I'll save. We went through about half the bottle tonight. I'll save the other half for next Sunday. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sasha. So let's do some shout outs here. Let's see who was with me over on Twitch tonight. Shout out to Grim Observer, Griff, who was with me tonight over on Twitch. Thank you very much, sir. Shout out to Debbie Loomis for the $3.99 super chats.
Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this closet smells of death.
Thank you, James, for the $5 super chat. Not Piz, have a good week all. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Shout out to Debbie Loomis for the $123.99 super chats and the $4.99 super chats. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that. Shout out to the Red Lines for the $5 super chat. Shout out to Dalton for the $5 super chats. Shout out to Classic Cinema Fan for the $20 and £20 and two 5-pound super chats. Appreciate that. Shout out to Sasha for the €5 super chat. Shout out to Dalton for 2 additional $2 super chats. Shout out to James for the 2 $5 super chats. Shout out to Taco Bela Lugosi for the $4.99 super chat. And shout out to Bismo Funyuns for the $1 super chat. I appreciate that. And the Pornbot decided to join us at the very end. Thank you. Let's see who's still with me here tonight. We've got Dave in the chat. We've got Sasha, Slasher Home Video, Chris. We've got Antonis, Jimmy L, Deborah Priestley. There's Sasha, Jimmy L, Total Meltdown, Joe Reese. My name is not Earl. Entertainment Wizard. J Quartz 3. Wander This World, Brandon Usen. Big Crack Rock, JK, Cinemurdrum. Brian Trash, Big T, Carter Schumacher. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. It's been fun. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your Sunday night and have a great a great upcoming week. I've got a bunch of videos coming out this week, so keep your eyes peeled for those. And again, take care. Have a great one. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Peace.
By the PWO.
Do you think you've got what it takes?
See that pink? On a pink!
Cause Big Papa Pizzowell's got one thing to say.
You think you got what it takes to join the PWO? Get your own shirt today. Follow the link in the description.